What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Today, I wanted to come on and speak about the topic of narcissists love spiritual circles. They love healing circles. Yeah. And so in today's time, we have healing circles everywhere because as we awaken, we start wanting to heal holistically. And so we start gathering together and healing ourselves holistically. Sound therapy, floats, all types of healing modalities that that the healers of the world are waking up, and they're creating these circles for people to come and heal and for them to, offer their gifts. Well, narcissists love these circles. Because when people come to these circles, they come with their guards down. They come there ready to heal. They come there ready for light and love. Right? They come there ready to receive a message of some sort. They want to get a download. They want to know where they're going next. They want to heal their trauma. So they come to these circles vulnerable. These spiritual circles are like the spiritual community's hospital. Or like they used to say that the church was nothing more than a hospital because everybody that comes there is sick. Well, these spiritual circles are the same. People that come there for healing, people that actually come there for the healing, for the direction. There's something in them that for lack of better words, is sick. Well, the narcissist comes there with no intention on healing. The narcissist comes there to feed on energy, on vulnerable people who are there in the circle. They come there to feed on energy. They come there to mimic. They come there to do what you're doing. Like they will take on your identity. They will mimic you. And they come there to have something to post on social media. But the most dangerous part is they come there to feed on vulnerable people. So today I want to give you some pointers on how to protect yourself when you enter into these spiritual circles. Yeah? So we're going to start from the head. The first thing you want to do is you want to cover your crown. Cover your crown, whether it's with a head wrap or whether it's with a scarf or whatever you want to cover with. Cover your crown. Keep your crown protected. You can also cover your third eye. You can get a bendy dot or something that you put on your third eye, or just make your wrap cover across your head so it covers your third eye. You can do things like wear crystals or something around your neck that fall low enough to be within the heart space to protect your heart. Or you can wear crystals in your, if you're a woman, you can wear crystals in your bra to protect your heart. If you're a man, you can just wear the crystal necklaces down to protect your heart. And you want to wear like more of a black stone, like black obsidian or black tourmaline or jet. Or shungite, something like that. You want to wear a black stone that is protective. You can also wear a mirror like I do and just reflect their bullshit back to them. When it comes to your sacral space or your power center, you want to wear some type of belt. Tie the sash or something around your waist. It's the intention that you put into the item. So it doesn't have to be some special type of belt or anything, but it's an intention that you put into the item. If you forget that, right, I'm going to teach you a shamanic method. If you forget the sash that you tie around your waist to protect here, because narcissists like to go for the heart space, they like to go for the power center, and they like to go for the sacral center, and they like to go for try to take your spiritual energy. So if you forget your sash and you're going into a spiritual circle, you can do a shamanic technique that we use sometimes. Is you envision, you put your two fingers on your belly button and you envision a red string coming out of your belly button, and it's like a meditative practice, and you bring that red string around you and you bring it back around and you put it back into the belly button, or you tie it. And it's all a meditative practice. But even in doing that, if you do that right now, you will feel a grounding effect, right? So it's a shamanic practice. But you want to protect your sacral area, because they love to feed on your creativity. They love to feed on your confidence and your power. They love to feed on your heart, whatever you have. Because remember, the narcissist does not know themselves. They are fragile, broken children. A 54-year-old is like a 5-year-old inside the narcissist. And so they're always trying to figure out who they are. They don't know who they are. So they're always trying to figure out who they are. They don't have their own internal energy source. So they're always looking outside of themselves. And spiritual circles are the perfect place for them. So you want to protect yourself when you go into these spiritual circles. And trust me, there's always a narc in a spiritual circle. They always show themselves. I see them before they show themselves, but they always show themselves in the end. Right? So they're like broken children who have never been seen, who have never been heard. Now this happens to the empath as well, but the empath goes about their way healing themselves and then turning around and assisting others on their journey, however they choose to do that. Right? Raising the vibrational frequency of the earth. Because when we heal ourselves, we raise the vibrational frequency. That's why it's important that the unhealed empath heals. Remember, you're not here to rescue anybody, save anybody, or anything like that. You may have to go through your journey of doing that. But once you get over that part, remember that you are here to heal yourself and vibrate higher for the overall frequency of the population. So the narcissist has no desire to do that. They don't know how to do that. They don't know who they are. They don't have an identity of their own. So they'll mimic people at the ceremony. They'll mimic you. They don't have their own vibration. They don't have their own frequency. They don't have their own, energetic field. So once you protect yourself around the waist, right? Now you want to make sure that you are grounded. You don't come into a spiritual circle all willy-nilly and, I'm here to heal. No, you want to ground yourself, because you are surrounded by a bunch of people who have things going on. Even the people that say they're coming there just to figure out what their next move is. Deep down, there's something going on. And so you want to ground yourself. Put your feet in the grass. Ground yourself. Envision the roots of your feet like a tree going down deep into the core of the earth, and envision your branches like a tree going up into the heavens. Ground yourself so that when you go into these spiritual circles that you are grounded. Another technique that you can use is that you can envision, right? It's another meditative practice. You can envision that a light is coming from, I don't know, your third eye, your heart, wherever you want it to come from. A light is coming from there, and that you are taking that light force energy and you are making an invisible bubble around yourself. So when the narc comes at you, it bounces off of you. Because everything that the narcissist is doing is trying to feed that false self. When you go to these spiritual circles, you want to bring your sage, your Palo Santo, you want to bring your Florida water, and you don't want to be burning it without consent from other people. But you can go outside and cover yourself with the sage, the Palo Santo, the Florida water, whatever you bring. As you're out there grounding, then go ahead and sage and smudge yourself, clear your own energy. Bring in your certain crystals that you can put like in your pocket, in your bra, wear it in your hair, wear it around your neck, wear it around your waist, like waist beads, but not just those little plastic beads, right? I know that in African culture there's a spiritual meaning to that, but you want to wear crystals like the precious stones, like get your waist beads made with real stones in them, and so you can protect your sacred space. So the narcissist comes there not to heal, right? Because there is no healing in narcissists. We really have to get over that. We really have to just go ahead and take that hit and say there is no healing in narcissists. And most spiritual modalities that we use to heal one another only amplifies what the narcissist already has in them, right? I spoke about Kundalini awakening yesterday, and if a narcissist has a Kundalini awakening, they can become first of all, they're not gonna embrace the shadow side. So what they're gonna do is make it grandiose, and so they're gonna become like a spiritual fanatic, and really they don't really know how to do that. So they're going around mirroring other people, mimicking other people, taking other people's energy, taking other people's identity, and making it their own. So it's important that when you go into these spiritual spaces that you are protected, right? And so I've given you some pointers on how to protect yourself when you go into these spiritual spaces, because everyone is not there to heal. I hope this has been helpful for you today. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at when you're healing your spiritual journey. Y'all have a good day. We'll see you later.